Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Ty Fournier of Freeland football. How's it going, bud?
It's going pretty well. A
Okay,
little
so
banged up, but
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you just come when you're coming off a game of football and getting a big win last night over Swan Valley. Big night for you as well. But on both sides of the ball, and really overall a good program win for you guys.
yeah, it felt really good. Our defense definitely stepped up from last week.
So really, what was some of the things that going in from week one to week two? The funny thing is when you talk to coaches, it's like there's a lot of week one is week one. It's like okay, there's a lot of things we haven't played for in like 9 months, so obviously a lot of things to fix in the previous week and all that stuff. But overall, what was it like to come out there and really get a big win like this?
It felt really good, especially I'm 4-0 against Swan Valley, but won against freshmen when I was a freshman quarterback, and then got pulled up to varsity sophomore, junior, senior year. So it felt really good. It was just getting that win just like seals it for me,
Yeah,
being able to win all 4 years.
yeah. What I know you play a lot of positions on the field. What just kind of explain for people that might not know where you are at.
I am your punt returner. I'm on punt. I'm a gunner on punt. Running back, DB. I'm our field goal and PAT holder. And this is the first year I haven't been on kickoff.
Interesting. So the only time you're off the field is during kickoff?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's, what's that like to be everywhere?
it's definitely draining. I'm always running and having to give 100%. I've had to work a lot of cardio and just being able to keep my cardio up to be able to stay on the field.
Yeah. So so Ty, coming into Freeland's always been a very successful program. Well, what is it just like to be a part of this?
It's a great feeling. I got pulled up when I was a freshman, and it's just the atmosphere with coaches, the players. It feels like a second family.
Yeah. Um, you know, how much, I know that growing with this senior class and everything like that, what is every class is different, but what makes, what's it like just to play with the guys that you've grown up playing with all your life?
It feels good. It's definitely a little different not having Sam at quarterback. Me and Sam had a lot of chemistry just with passing the ball, just knowing each other. But it just feels good. I've joined in seventh grade, went 2 years undefeated with them, and then we just came up from there.
Yeah. So coming into this season, um, what what were some of the biggest things that you worked on during the off season?
I worked on a lot of agility and just footwork because I knew I was gonna be on the field a lot. Being a senior, hoping to get looks at by colleges, I gotta put a lot more work in than I have been, or that I had the previous seasons. And just like I feel that I'm more prepared. I watch a lot more film than previous seasons, just getting ready for the games.
Yeah. So, with the group of this class that you guys have, what is this team really? What is this team really like? What take me through a practice? What are practices like at Freeland?
Start off always we have a new drill. We call it the Elma drill, or a lot of running.
Yeah,
But and then do that. We usually start with special teams. Depends on the day, but we either go offense, defense, or sled. We do both of those every single day.
Yeah.
and then it's individual offense, and then go team. Then we switch over to defense, and then just working. You work both sides of the ball every day.
Yeah. Well, I know Freeland's a really a small town. What's it like to be a part of the kind of that small town feel?
It feels good. Definitely just walking around, seeing other players, seeing people that you know in the community. Just like after games, so even some people that you even just don't know, they just like great game. They just know your name, know who you are. It's just everybody knows everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so if you go to the grocery store, how many people would you how many people do you think you would run into?
Mm, that's a hard question. Depends on the day. Depends on what time I'm going in, but right, I'll know at a minimum of 5 people every single time I walk in.
Yeah. What is Coach Townsend meant to you?
He's been a lot. He pulled me up freshman. He knew I had what it took to start on varsity as a freshman. I feel that I would have been up there earlier, but I had to step up to play freshman quarterback. But he's just meant a lot. He's always trusted me, fourth and short like distances. He knows that I'll do what I have to get the first down.
Yeah. Um, so going in from that, what is I know these next few games, of course, Garber, Bridgeport, and Alma, and coming up. And I know that I know there are some tougher teams along the way with Frankenmuth and Croslex at the end of the year. What's it going to be like heading into a pretty tough Garber team next week?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great game. It always is. I I know Max Fellows. He's one of their really good receivers. I'm definitely got to be on the watch out for him.
Yeah, for sure. Um, all right. Well, let's get to know you, Ty, a little bit. How about that?
All right.
All right. Do you play any other sports?
I wrestle and I do track.
Okay. What is that like for you to be a part of all these different sports that you have?
It's it definitely helps getting to know a lot of the new like freshmen, sophomores with track, and it's I basically switch from family to family each sport.
Yeah. Um, biggest let's see, best high school football moment that you've had.
This high school football moment. It oh, that's tough. Honestly, it would probably be my sophomore year in the Chelsea game,
Yeah.
even though we did lose, but it was just that was my brother's senior year. So it was that whole like season had to have been like best moment. Just being able to I started up with him and Alex Dooley, one of our best friends ever since I was in young fives. And it was great being able to play with them.
Yeah. Um, what's it like being a three-sport athlete?
It's definitely tough, definitely wears on your body, but it's a lot of time in trying to balance out school and sports and working. It's a lot, but it's tough, but it's something you got to do if you want to do all three sports.
Yeah. What is something people do not know about you?
Something people don't know. Uh, I used to do gymnastics. Did it for 4 years.
Interesting. What made you decide to what was that like to do? Because going from football, wrestling, gymnastics, that's an interesting transition.
Yeah. When I was young, I wrestled. When I was 7, state finals. Just I got I hated getting yelled at when I was younger, so I was just like, I want to do gymnastics. Started that up. It's a lot of it's a tough sport to get into.
Yeah.
Got to be flexible, and core strength is the big one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a change going from a very physical sport to going against someone to basically going against yourself the whole meet.
Mhm. How do you mentally get ready for a football game?
I'm I'm not a person to get there like 30 minutes before we have to leave. I'm getting there hour and a half before, listening to some music, connecting to a speaker. I I personally look good, play good. I always gotta look my best. So I definitely just gotta get ready. It takes me a while to get ready for before a game.
Yeah. Okay, what's on Ty's playlist?
Nice playlist. Hmm. There's a lot of songs. It varies. A lot of 2010s pop.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a lot of rap. Rap, mostly rap before games, but post games, a lot of 2010s pop.
All right. All right. Well, Ty, thanks so much for doing this and best of luck this weekend against Scarborough.
Thank you.